Hello. Uh, I'm recording this for a rather unexpected reason. Last week, I had a heart attack, which is fun because I turned 50 next month. So I managed to pull off this feat at a relatively early age. Proud of myself. Really proud, really proud. It's a scary experience. I had started really so the weekend before last having some shortness of breath and was having trouble keeping my breath, even after taking like a flight of stairs. No pain or anything like that, but the Sunday night the breathing got worse and it was still with me Monday morning after I taught my class. So I went to urgent care where I was diagnosed with having allergy-induced asthma, which was new to me. I do have pollen allergies every year, but it never caused asthma. So they gave me some pills to take and a puffer to take every 4 hours and as needed. My breathing was okay sort of most of the day, but about an hour before bedtime I started having trouble breathing again, and there was something new. There was some tightness in my chest, but I went to bed feeling okay. And then my dog, she's old, she's lonely at night, came and woke me up around 1 a.m. So I went down and let her out and just decided to sleep on the couch so she would go to sleep. But I didn't go to sleep. And about an hour later at 2 o'clock in the morning, I started having one hell of an asthma attack. Like just a lot of pain and tightness. I was having trouble breathing. Like I don't know why I do this. I just do it on instinct. When I'm in that much pain and that troubled, I stand up. I don't know why. But I was standing up, like trying to come up with breathing exercises on the spot, like inventing my own to deal with this asthma attack that I'm having. And I'm using the puffer, and it's not helping. And in fact, in some ways, it makes me feel worse. And so anyway, I spent about an hour standing on my feet, trying to come up with like different breathing exercises, and not really have any success, but I'm doing my best to be a proper man and walk this off. And towards the end of that hour, it kind of hit me again, like the same feeling, but I was able to breathe it off, sort of. And then finally sat back down, and around 4 a.m, it came back again. So just like standing up, and I was basically standing up, trying to breathe until about 5 a.m. when my wife got up, and she came downstairs, and I asked her to take me to the hospital, and she asked me if I was okay, and I scared the crap out of her by my one-word response of no. Nothing pithy, no puns, no smart-ass comments, anything. I just said no, and she started moving, and got me to the hospital. Got me checked in around 3:30 or 5:30 in the morning. And a doctor came and saw me, and he started asking me more pointed questions, and I felt that he was leading me towards something. And then I started to feel that maybe he was leading me towards I was having a heart attack. So he went to get something to help me with the pain and pressure. And when he was gone, it was like exactly at like 6 o'clock. I started having another one, which I think was exactly at their shift change in the ER room. So I didn't have a lot of attention when I was having another asthma attack, which definitely turned out to be a heart attack. And shortly after that, like a nurse came back with tablets put on my tongue, which is nitroglycerin, and that started to relieve the pressure on my chest. Then 5 minutes later, you get the second one, and it was better. And then for a while, I started to feel a little bit better, but then I needed another boost. So when I did that, they gave me the third boost, and then they put like a nitro gel, like patch bandage on my chest to make it more even, and to sort of keep it going. Then I got moved to an observation room out of the ER and into observation. Did a lot of blood work, EKGs, blood pressure constantly, a lot of tests, and then later in the day, they started telling me that I might need a heart catheterization to see what's going on, and they might be able to squeeze me in that day, later in the day, like 6, or most likely the next day. At some point around lunchtime, they came and moved me down, gurneyed me down to the ultrasound and the heart failure component of the hospital, and gave me an ultrasound. I didn't really get the results until later, but my wife had decided to escort me down instead of taking a much-needed break. I'm sure she needed a break at that point, but we discussed her staying in the room waiting for me to come back from the ultrasound or coming with me. And fortunately, she decided to come with me because they had a spot open up, and they basically rolled me straight from the ultrasound into the heart catheterization. So she was with me, and then got to wait there instead of having to just find out, So that was great. I went in. You're sort of you're in a sort of state of like half anesthesia. I forgot the technical term for it, but sometimes you fall asleep, but other times you're awake, but you can't really feel much. Where they were inserted, in through the you see the little spot there, where they entered my artery there, and were trying to scope my heart, and they discovered that there was definitely there was a minor blockage in one area, but there was also a 99% blockage in the vessel coming off your heart, known as the widowmaker. It's reassuring. So I was in and out of consciousness while they were clearing that out, and putting in 2 stents to keep it open. A funny side note, I don't know what was going through his head, but sort of the lead tech, who was I don't know his title. I don't know if he was a doctor or PA or whatever. There was a whole team in there. But somehow it got in his head, and he started humming "Killing Them Softly," which was kind of hilarious, because like he was just kind of humming the strumming my pain with his fingers part of it. But I, in my head, was like, yeah, that song's called "Killing Them Softly." Let's not kill anyone softly. Yeah, came through that. It was great. Went upstairs, and sort of rested the rest of the day. I was able to sleep through that night, and the next morning, the PT crew come to see if I needed any. The physical therapy crew came by to see if I needed any help. Like, I remember remembering how to walk or anything like that, but it was funny. It's like they were waiting for me at the counter as I came strolling by out of the bathroom. So they just kind of laughed. It's like, oh, you're fine. And I have a tractor coming by. Give him just a second. he's working today instead of taking a stroll like me. But anyway, I got to like more rounds of blood tests and EKGs, over the next few hours, and I basically went home around lunchtime. So about I don't know, about 30 hours after I went to the emergency room to when I went home. It's a hell of an experience. It's the morning I went to the emergency room and I was having what I thought were asthma attacks. I was like, man, I need to call anybody who in my life I've known to have asthma, because I never knew it was this bad. Like, it's not that I never didn't believe them that it was painful, but I'm like, this is horrible. But it turns out they weren't asthma attacks. They were, I don't know if these different events I had were part of the same heart attack or multiple heart attacks, but whatever it was painful, quite painful. I remember before my heart catheterization, they had asked me how much it had hurt on a scale of 1 to 10, and I just answered as honestly as I could that I wanted to leave my body. Like, it was just that horribly painful. So if you have a chance to have a heart attack, I would give it a pass. I would just recommend not doing it. So maybe if there's some decisions you've been waiting to make, like better lifestyle choices, to choose things that are bad for you that could lead to a heart attack or something along those lines, and you just haven't found the motivation to change, I would highly encourage you to find the motivation, because it sucks real bad. I wouldn't recommend it. So the reason I'm recording this on here is I have to say that my study of philosophy and my love of philosophy was actually definitely with me through like the whole process. Like, I don't think I'm going to talk about it in any detail here. I may come back and talk about it in like other videos, but my sense of obligation to others, how I deal with fear, how I deal with potentially dying. I mean, I did almost die. The percentage is pretty low during those procedures, but you have to accept that it might happen, when your spouse is, right there next to you. What I owed the people, in my life, as far as taking care of myself, and getting better, my connection with the cosmos, maybe call that religion, but I don't know. But thinking about all of those things and dealing with them when I was going through the procedure, and having faith in the system, and the lovely people who had trained very, very long and hard to be able to do all the things that they did to me that got me back on the right path, and having faith and dedication to the process that they've set forward for me to heal. So, like I said, I might come back and shoot response videos about some of the bigger thoughts I had, but yeah. But the first step to any philosophical understanding is description, right? Getting the geography, the lay of the land, like the event that happened, and that was the event. So yeah, Chris here, saying hello. Heart attacks bad. Don't have one. But I think, like it does many times in life, the only time it doesn't help is when making money. But philosophy sucks at making money, but it does help in many life events, and it did help with this one. It helped me through pretty smoothly. So anyway, goodbye.